Okay, this is the answer key to exercise set 2.2. We're differentiating each function with respect to x. When you're doing this, I recommend that you have out your notes. So the toolkit, right? So the derivative of a constant 5 is 0. Okay, that's one of the rules. The first rule we did, constant rule. Derivative of any number is 0. The next one we're going to use the power rule, which reminder power rule is x to the power of n. If f of x equals x to the power of n, then the derivative is n times x to the power of n minus 1. So here I have 5 times, I'm bringing that 18 down, 18x to the 17. Multiply, we get 90x to 17. Okay, next one. Same thing, we're doing power rule, but we have two derivatives to take. We're going to do derivative of 4x to the fifth. 5 comes down. 5 times 4 is 20. X to the 5 minus 1 is 4. Plus derivative of x is 1. Okay. Next one. Derivative of f of x equals, same thing, you're splitting it up into sections. 4 times 4 is 16x to the third minus 5. Okay. And then negative 3 is 0. So that cancels. Okay. And then derivative of negative 5x is negative 5. Okay. Next one, we have fractions, but we do the same thing. Leave that 3 out front, times 5 fourths times x to the 1 fourth. 3 times 5 is 15 over 4 times x to the 1 fourth. This is fine. Okay. It's 1 fourth because 5 fourths minus 1 is 1 fourth. You can also think of this as 5 fourths minus 4 fourths is 1 fourth. 1 fourth. Okay. These are the same thing. This and this, they're equal. Okay. I'm just showing you how I got 1 fourth. Minus 1 is the same as minus 4 over 4. Okay. Next one, y equals, so this is the same thing, 5 fourths, bring that up front, bring the 2 out, 2/3 out front, times x to the negative 1/3. 5 times 2 is 10, 4 times 3 is 12, x to the negative 1/3. If we were simplifying this more, this would become 10 over 12x to the 1/3, which would be 5 over 6 times the third root of x. Okay, this would be like technically the most simplified definition. If you're giving me this, that's all right, but this would be the most simplified version. Okay. This one, we have y prime is going to equal negative 5 times negative 4 is 20 x to the negative 6, which would be the same as 20 over x to the 6th. Here, we got to bring this up so that we can do the power rule. So this is the same as y equals 3 times x to the negative third. Now apply power rule. We're going to have y prime equals negative 3 times 3 is negative 9, x to the negative fourth. And if I converted that back to a positive exponent, it would be negative 9 over x to the fourth. Remember, you can switch it from numerator to denominator as long as you make the exponent negative. Okay. Next one, y prime equals, bring that 2/3 out front, 2/3 x to the negative 1/3, which again, that would simplify to 2 over x to the 1/3, which would simplify to 2 over cubed. Sorry, there's a 3 out front. 3 times the cube root of x. Okay, this is just me. I'm converting that exponent. Okay. And here, you got to convert it to an exponent. So this is the same as negative 2 times x to the 1 fourth. Bring the 1 fourth out front. We have negative 2 over 4x to the negative 3 fourths. This is the same as negative 1 over 2x to the positive 3 fourths. Right? So that's negative 2 over 4 is the same as negative 1 over 2. And then this would equal negative 1 over 2 fourth root of x to the third. Again, this is like final simplified version. But if you gave me this, I would know what you mean, but ideally you want to simplify it to the most you can. Backside, Um, so the first method is asking you to do it using a definition of a derivative. So that is using, I'm going to rewrite it here to get some space. We have f of x equals x squared plus 4x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to do the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Remember, to do this, you got to identify both your terms. I know already that f of x is x squared plus 4x plus 2, so that's good. But f of x plus h is going to be us plugging in x plus h for all the x terms. So it's going to be x plus h squared plus 4 times x plus h plus 2. I'm then going to simplify this. So x plus h squared, that's when you would do like the box, right? X, and multiply it. That comes out to x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 4x plus 4h plus 2. So this entire thing here is my f of x plus h, which I now have. Now that I have f of x and f of x plus h, I'm going to plug it all into that equation. So I'm going to write out x squared, I'm substituting in here now, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 4x plus 4h plus 2 minus, so this whole thing here, this is my f of x plus h minus my f of x, which is x squared minus 4x minus 2. Okay, so this whole thing here is minus f of x. All right, all over h. Now I'm going to cancel my terms. So this x squared cancel with this x squared. This is a plus 2. My bad. I just forgot to write the plus 2 from here. This plus 2 cancels out with this minus 2. This 4x cancels out with this minus 4x. So things should be canceling. Like if things aren't canceling, you should go back and check your work. So what's left over is 2xh plus h squared plus 4h all over h. You divide each of these terms by h. So you get 2x plus h plus 4. Then you take the limit now as h approaches 0 of 2x plus h plus 4, and you get 2x plus 4 because that 0 goes in for h. Okay, so that's all the work for this one. You get 2x plus 4. Now doing the derivative, doing the power rule, right? The power rule is super easy for this. X squared plus 4x plus 2. Applying the power rule of this, bring the 2 down, becomes 2x to the power of 1 plus 4. So you can see how much easier it is with the power rule. But next one, expand the function. So we're going to do a box here. We're going to have 2x minus 3, x squared, an x. This is 2x to the third. This is minus 3x squared. This is 2x squared minus 3x. I'm going to write it all out here. We're going to have 2x to the third minus x squared minus 3. Now I'm just going to derive that. So my function is 2x to the third minus x squared minus 3x. My bad for the x there. I got minus x squared because negative 3x squared plus 2x squared is negative x squared. Derive this, or differentiate this rather, you get 6x squared minus 2x minus 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times x is negative 2x, right? Minus 1 is to the power of 1. And then this is just the coefficient. So that is exercise set 2.2.